I was riding down the road, it was a rainy day, and thank God the kids weren't in the car with me or nothing like that. And all of a sudden, I felt something pop from up underneath, like where my feet were at, and I lost all control of the car, and it ran off the road, and it didn't, you know, be a big wreck, but I ran off the road and hit an embankment, and it messed up my hood, my front fender, because it peeled it back somewhat, and a branch come through my back windshield and knocked it out. Well, I'll go to look up online, and I go to order a rear differential, right? And all of a sudden it pops up and says, recall on it. Well, nobody ever sent me no information on it. And when I bought it, or anything like that. So I started, looking it up, and there was a recall for it. So I called them and got in contact with Cadillac, Monroe. And then I called GM, in the corporate office, and, they verified everything. They said, yeah, you're right. The V Sport and all that. And they said, what y'all could do, just bring it in for us. Right. And I said, okay, well, you can go pick it up where it's at. 'Cause I just, I pulled it in the yard and left it right there. And, they said, well, no, you'll have to pay for the towing fee. I was like, well, if it's a recall and it's on you guys, I shouldn't have to pay for that. You know what I mean? And they gave me a hard time about it. And I was being stubborn about it. And I was going to, I wasn't going to pay. I was going to stand strong on it, and I wasn't going to pay the towing fee. It was like $300. I was like, man, that's a lot, especially right now going through, what we're going through and everything with times. And they wouldn't. They refused. They refused to pay it. So finally, I said, you know what? It is what it is. I'll have it towed up there just so I can get it fixed and get back on. 2 months. 2 months. They held strong, and then it took them another a month. It wasn't 3 months altogether before they ever even got to my vehicle. And then when they said they would fix everything that the recall was caused by the accident, whatever caused the accident, the recall, they would be liable for it. They'd have to fix it. Well, they called me back. They called me up like they said take 2 days. When I finally got the call, it was like a week, 7 to 10 days, and I go up there to pick it up, and my car is still getting worked on when I get there, and they didn't do anything to it. They put a used rear differential in there. I'm almost positive on it because it's still, when I got in it to drive it, I could feel the pop in it still. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like it was completely fixed all the way, or like I said, they put a used one in from a used Cadillac or something like that. And I asked myself, well, why is the windshield not fixed, the fender not fixed, and the hood not fixed? They said, well, we were told by GM that we only had to fix the rear differential. I said, well, that's not what they told me. I talked to 4 or 5 different people, head of corporate up there, and they told me that they were reliable for everything. They would fix everything. They would compensate me for my work, for me missing work, to fee, everything like that. But they never did, and I tried to get in contact with them. I mean, to this day still, I bet 20, 30 times I called them back. They would not return my phone call whatsoever. So I'm right now still having no windshield in the back of my car, my hood's still off, and my fender's still messed up. And now it's got to a point where the rear differential is messed up so bad that it's wearing one side of my tires out faster than the other side. And them tires are like $300. And so I've replaced like 3 of them on it since I've got it back from them. Oh, yeah, and the oil change. Oh, I forgot. Thank you. I went up there to get an oil change because they gave me a free year oil change with the car for all the trouble I went through, right? And well, when I went up there to give them the voucher and all that, she didn't believe me. Her name is Jessica Harper. She said, basically called me a liar and said, well, we can't give your car back until you give us that voucher. I'm like, so you're holding my car hostage for a oil change? Is that what you're telling me? And she said, well, sir, it's not coming out of my pocket. I said, well, everything else that's come out of my pocket, I don't see why you couldn't, if it was the case, you know what I mean? But I go out there to my buddy's car, get my phone. My phone's dead. I go in and tell her. She goes, well, you can go in the lobby and sit until you find that voucher for us, or you're not getting your car. I said, oh, okay. Well, I said, whatever. So I finally get my phone, charges up for 2 minutes, and I'm ill at this point. I don't get, very upset often. And I'm sorry. I even said sorry when I left there, I believe, for, not being a butthole. And I just held my phone like this. I said, you see this now? I said, here it is right here. And she read it. She goes, oh, well, we have no idea about nothing like this. We don't know about this kind of stuff. I said, you're telling me that General Motors doesn't contact the Cadillac dealerships and let them know about what's going on with their, details and information? I said, that's kind of hard to believe that they don't give y'all that kind of information. And, she was just nonstop, and she was just a smart. And then when I got there, it was pouring rain. I get there, my Cadillac is sitting outside, a $60,000 car now, one of the best ones they have, sitting outside in the pouring rain with no windshield on the back of my car. And she called and said, "Steven, you need to hurry get up here. It's pouring rain and we don't got nothing to cover up your window. It's just raining all in your car." I'm going, "Are you a 60 something, $70,000 car? That doesn't look good for y'all when it's one of your better Cadillacs." You know what I mean? That tells me right there that y'all aren't in it for, the customers. They're just there for a paycheck, which I understand. But at the same time, when you deal with Cadillac, you should be if your job is customer service, you should be pretty energetic and, um, very talkative or understanding of people and to a certain standard they should hold themselves to. And she damn sure does not. I come back home, bring it back home, and I just say, "Let me just check this," because they've done some stuff to me that isn't right. I check my oil. They didn't put a drop of oil in my car. I was, well, was I it was barely touching on the stick, barely at all. So they did not put any oil in my car whatsoever. I had to go to Vance Auto, buy oil, and do it my dang self. "Oh, Stephen, we're sorry about this. I promise you, it's on my word that we're going to get everything done for you. We're going to get everything fixed for you. We're going to give you a loaner car. We're going to compensate you for your work because in construction, but $150, $200 a day is a lot of money for 3 months almost. You can't depend on nobody else to give you a ride to work. You know how that. God knows they say that we got friends, but boy, you know how many friends you got when you need a ride somewhere. You know what I mean? And it was so hard for me to get to work, and it was, man, we lost. I lost out so much money during that time. It was, I guarantee probably 10 grand at least, and it was not even counting the jobs I could have went and priced and had done and things like that right there. And oh yeah, and I broke my finger in the process of it. Look at that finger. That thing is all hacked up. When I ran up the road, my finger, yeah, my finger hit the steering wheel and it popped. But I never even complained. Never said one word about the finger. Well, I did say I said it one time to him. I said, "I just want my car fixed, man." I said, "I love that car. Um, it's a all around car. It's a sports car. It's a family car. It's a good looking car. It's just all around just a good car, and, I just wanted my car fixed. I wasn't gonna complain about my finger and considering I had 2 surgeries on it and shit like that, but now I believe that, I probably should because they're not looking out for me, even trying to get my car fixed. To this day, it's still sitting out right now in the driveway, just like it is that they left it like that. I refuse to pay any more for it. I hate to even say how much money I've lost considering right before wintertime, the construction we were hitting doing our thing right here, and, man, wow, I missed out on 2 jobs. I know at least 10, 15, $12,000 jobs. I'd have paid out my buddies and my 2 guys, and I would have brought home at least 5 to 60 off each one of those. You know what I mean? And not counting daily salary when I worked for my buddy Andrew. Man, we were looking at, oh my gosh. I hate to even be in the ballpark, probably $20,000, $30,000 easy, man, just in the wages. You know what I'm saying? Not counting, how it made me feel about my card and my finger. This thing right here gave me a complex. You know what I'm saying? I can't shoot ball with my son the way I used to be before because you hold the ball with it and it rolls off differently now. I just figured that that lady down there at Cadillac, I believe this is what happened. I hate to say anything out the way, good Lord, so don't let me. I believe she judged me as soon as I walked through that door. You know what I mean? I got tattoos and, I dress comfortable. I don't care what the hell it is. On Sunday, I dress in a long sleeve shirt and a suit if I got, you know what I'm saying, going to church. But during the week, I'm dressing comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And, most of the time, my comfortable look is whatever you want to call it. A ball player, it's something like that. It's basically what I have on now, a short sleeve shirt with cargo shorts on and a pair of Air Maxes or Jordans or something like that. And a chain usually on and a watch and earrings, hat backwards. But that's the way I grew up. I grew up like that. So I'm not changing for somebody where not saying anything to the lady, but I was thinking, I'm driving a $67,000 car from y'all. What do you know what I mean? You don't need to be judging me. You have tattoos, flames all the way up your arms, and you kind of talk like a guy. But I didn't come in here and say you know what I mean. I didn't judge you. I was letting you do your job, and evidently you can't do that job. And so if they judge me that way, and I'm pretty respectable when it comes to words and everything else, and I can hold I got 3 kids, so they're 7 years apart, all of them, so I can hold my own when it comes to not losing my cool. You see what I'm saying? And listen to 3, 4 people at one time. And but she just seems like she just had, from when I walked that door, it was a judgment call and a kind of racist. I'll be honest with me, I believe that's what it was.